Hello, I'm Mitra Sorrells in the PhocusWire studio with Bjorn Bender. He is CEO of Rail Europe. Welcome, Bjorn.
Mitra, thanks for having me.
Great to see you. So I have heard the term rail renaissance to explain what's happening in Europe right now. I would love to hear you explain what that means in your view and why is it happening now?
Yeah, rail renaissance means for me that we are, let's say, treating rail not as a tradition anymore. We are treating rail for the very first time as the backbone of modern mobility. And I would say it's not a hype. We see currently it's really a structural change because the consumers are pushing for it to have sustainable, frictionless, and of course, effortless travel across Europe. And I would say even governments and if you look into the industry, surprisingly realized now that if Europe wants to stay competitive, connected, green, obviously, rail must carry the load. And now you see high-speed expansions, you see night trains coming back, and you see less friction, and this is bringing millions and millions of travelers into the train system.
Yeah, it's certainly an exciting time for sure. So I know that Rail Europe has a really long history dating back to the 1930s. Can you help us understand how have you managed to transform from a legacy distributor to a really tech-driven platform?
Yeah, Rail Europe used to be a traditional distributor. Today we are a modern travel tech platform really connecting the European rail industry to the entire world. We transformed from a SNCF subsidiary within a few years to a neutral, agnostic and private modern travel tech company. And of course, for us, this change was not a change of costs only. It was a change of culture and product discipline and really removing friction for the customer. And yeah, it's a huge transformation for a company almost 100 years old. But I always say the future is ahead of us.
Okay, so explain a bit more about some of the technologies that have helped to power this transformation.
Our product is built around a simple idea, making train bookings as easy as flight bookings. And of course, we are powered by two major technologies we develop by ourselves. The first one is the Rail API. It's a very strong interface for the travel trade, OTAs, TMCs, and so on to bring the entire Rail European inventory into their systems. And the second one is the Rail portal connecting to our 25,000 travel agencies, travel advisors around the globe. And the breakthrough is the multi-provider functionality, because the multi-provider functionality is really giving access to all the carriers in Europe, talking about Barcelona to Paris, talking about Zurich to Hamburg. So across different carriers, across currencies, across timetables in one booking from search up to after sales. And this is how we build the technology to really push very strongly towards a more sustainable way of traveling in Europe.
Okay, and so then help us understand how this transformation has really impacted travel agents, the online travel agencies, and the broader travel ecosystem.
I would say today rail is for the first time really truly bookable for OTAs and travel agencies. And what it means is that it's getting out of an ancillary service, an add-on, and nice to have into a core vertical. Yeah. And this is where millions of travelers are pushing forward to. And I'm always say in Europe, if we would have to invent aviation today, probably we would have invented high-speed rail. Yeah. And this is how the European travel industry is looking on this. And of course, there's a big opportunity for the global travel society actually to really push harder into this direction.
So you've talked to us quite a bit about your transformation that has happened thus far, but now let's look a bit ahead. What is next for Rail Europe and for the future of rail travel?
Of course, AI is the revolution what is currently ongoing. And what we see is, of course, that we get from filters to prompts. Yeah. And this is a huge opportunity for travelers saying, okay, I want to travel slow. I want to have some mountain excursions. I want to go cross-border. So all of that getting from inspiration, overbooking to the right care across the board. This is exactly where we are working on together with our partners. And I would say the biggest innovation in the rail industry of the last years and maybe of the next years isn't even a train. It's really removing the friction out of distribution.
Okay. Certainly a lot to keep you busy, I think, over the next
Absolutely,
few
yes.
years. Wonderful. All right. Well, Bjorn Bender from Rail Europe, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.